I can't believe this happened. Before I felt so blue, but now I have a reason.
My name is Richie Hoffman, and I'm a staff sergeant in the United States Army, and I'm the keyboard player of the band Ride. I started recording the album by myself. I had no band, and my whole dream was always to make a record.
Richie came into the bar and he knew somebody that was there already, Don Flynn, and he says, "Oh, I'm working on this project and I'm looking for some local musicians to help me work on it." And Don says, "Well, the best guitar player and best bass player is standing right there."
We came in as kind of hired gun musicians, and it turned out to be much more than that because the chemistry was just undeniable. Well, we said, now it's a band. We thought we were just along for the ride, and that was it, the ride.
We all went in, finished up the album. It took 3 years. In fact, exactly to the date, we played Toys for Tots, December 3rd, 2000. The album came out, actually released December 3rd, 2003, right to the date. And that's how I met them, and I've been with them ever since.
September morning, Tuesday, we began to pray. This tragedy struck at our front door.
I'm a reservist, and I was able to go to the anti-terrorism school in Pennsylvania. And I remember leaving from New York, from Long Island, going into Pennsylvania, and I remember seeing the city and how beautiful it looked. I see the Twin Towers, and it was gorgeous. Go into anti-terrorism school, and they're talking about, I arrived there, I think it was September 9th. It was at a hotel in Pennsylvania. And I got there, and the next morning we started school on a Monday, and they're talking about bin Laden and all these anti-terrorism tactics and everything else like that. And the next morning was September 11th. We're all in class, and the next thing you know is somebody comes in and says a small little plane hit the Trade Center. And at first we thought it was an accident and stuff, but then somebody came in and said it was a jet airliner. And the next thing you know, 3 people out of my class were activated immediately. And I was able to finish the class. I got my certificate and everything. And on the way home, I passed again New York, and it was just smoldering. And it made me really angry and really wanted, and I knew right then and there that I was going to be activated to do something about this. When I was crossing that bridge, I had to make a statement. I just had to say something about it. So I came back. The music was already kind of recorded halfway, and I rewrote the words in about 15 minutes, went in and recorded it, and it was finished 2 weeks after they hit the Trade Center. The words kind of speak for itself if they listen to the song. It's my tribute to all those people, that, the firemen, the policemen, and everybody who lost their life there, and everyone who helped there.
So let us join hand in hand throughout the land and put our love together. It'll always be in our minds and in our hearts. We can only make it better.
The album was already in the can, ready to go, ready to be released. And Richie got activated into active duty. Meanwhile, we still had other songs that we were working on, and we just felt the need that let's get in the studio and get as much work done as possible, because we had no idea how long he was going to be, where he was going to be, or where he was even going to be. It was very, very intense period of time.
And I did write one song actually before I left, because I was in the studio 2 days before I boarded the plane.
He was leaving on a Wednesday, and we came in here on a Monday night and recorded it, just because we were like, who knows what's going to happen. Hope to God nothing happens.
Here I stand. Here I stand before my love. I give to you. And it's true. All the things we've done in life, we
kind of more or less telling my wife that I'll always be thinking about her while I'm over there, so she could listen to my voice while I'm away, and it was written for her.
So we came in here and recorded it, and it was very somber. After we were finished, we all walked out, and we just hugged each other and said good luck, and went our separate ways, and he was gone 2 days later.
Inside our room. I need you there, I need you here, and it's true.
The CD was completed. It wasn't actually printed, the cover wasn't done anything, but I had a promo copy, a little burnt copy from the studio. And I took it over to Iraq with me. And right before we left in Fort Leonard Wood, I burnt a few copies and gave them to some of the soldiers over there, because I dedicated the album to them. I was in charge of a squad. Our mission was to go on recons. We were engineers. My mission was to really go and recon pieces of plumbing pipes and stuff like that to build latrines, because there was no latrines when we first got there. There was no shower points. It was nothing but a field. We were in Kuwait for 5 weeks. And the sandstorms over there are incredible. You know, we breathe in a lot of sand, a lot of, you can still smell a lot of the oil and everything over there. So a lot of us got like these sinus infections from the sand. It's a normal thing, you know, and we had to go into the deserts. It took us a couple of hours to convoy out in the middle of the desert in Kuwait, in the middle of nowhere. And we had to test fire all this heavy, some artillery, some small, you know, small arms. And what happened was I had a sinus infection and my ears were like pinned back. And no hearing protection. We just let rounds downrange in a minute. A guy, specialist right next to me, fired an M16, and that was it. Instead of it vibrating through my ear, it went right through. I lost 52% hearing because of the gunfire. I couldn't hear my orders. I was endangering my soldiers, I believe, because, you know, you need to be alert there. You need to hear very well there, or, you know, you can cost people some lives. And they told me I was going to Germany to have an operation on my ears, you know, to correct the problem. They flew me into Germany. Germany says there's no way, you got to go to the United States. They sent me right to Walter Reed. And from Walter Reed, they sent me right back to Fort Leonard Wood. They says, you know, if I go back over there, I would definitely go back. When I came back, we were finally able to release the album, and it started getting a lot of play in Fort Leonard Wood. I mean, I'd go walk into the Army hospitals and I'd hear it in the hallway, all over Fort Leonard Wood. It's in the main PXs, it's in Lebanon, it's at the radio stations. We are donating money for Toys for Tots for each sale. We're a New York band, and we're more well known in Missouri than we are in New York.
And I need you